And I was like really hurt. I was like, oh man. And Mornay immediately picked up what I was feeling, and he said, it isn't you. We have been teaching them about your race. It's really not all that funny. Okay? They were afraid of us. And these are children I have never seen before, but immediately felt our energy, my energy, because I represented all of us. And I do the best I can, sorry. But I got my own stuff to work out too. So, they're learning, and I'm amazed that they still want to come back and help. Another time I had been waiting for them. They finally showed up, and as I was walking into the control room, I was being led by another Andromedan. Mornay was looking at a bunch of meters on the wall and some monitors measuring our atmosphere, and he looked really sad. So I said to him, what's the matter? And he just pointed to the atmosphere and he goes, don't they understand that it's here because they needed it? They don't understand our suicidal tendencies. They don't. I guess they have the perspective that we should really know better. I don't know where they got that. That's just one of them. Another time, Visayas was watching television on the ship. They were picking up television. And I told them that's not a good idea. Even on Earth, that's not a good idea. And he had been watching a news broadcast about a shooting in Chicago. That's what it was, where a cop shot a man, a black man, and then rushed over and tried to save his life. He had a hard time understanding why the policeman would try to take the life and then try to save it. He didn't understand the contradiction, and I don't know that they've still clearly dealt with that. Our reality that we know, that we accept as reality, is extremely foreign to a lot of other different races. They simply don't understand it, and there's no way we could really truly rationalize it to them when they truly come from a space of unconditional love or mutual respect. And I have not done a good job in explaining it to them, because when I really stopped to think about it, it didn't make any sense to me at all either. So as Val would say, it's time for a new paradigm. And I guess that's what Ramtha is doing, teaching all of you and those before you and those to come after you. I've given a lot of thought to our race and the character issues, and I just want to share with you some of my thoughts on the human race and about people. A lot of this comes from my own experience dealing with us. A human being whose heart shows no passion is a person who doesn't have a life. A human being who doesn't give from his heart or her heart is a person who will lie to you. I've had to learn that the hard way. A human being whose heart is committed to nothing is a person who will not try, who will only take. A human being who is not willing to risk or take chances for love is a person who is absolutely empty inside. They're already dead. They're just sucking up air. I've come to this conclusion because of my relationship with Mornay and Visayas. I absolutely love these two beings. They are my fathers, my brothers, my friends. And, in some respect, even my sons, because I've had the opportunity to teach them. And even English, it was like, I felt like I was a really big deal. There's so much information out there that is totally bogus. I went to the Star Visions conference. I'll probably get into trouble because this is be on video, but I'm not going to do any more anyway. I don't pull any punches. I really don't. I mean, what the hell? Life's too short, right? Okay. This incarnation. Okay, we have a difference of opinion. Hey, I've been hanging out with those guys, and, they live thousands of years. I wouldn't mind that. Yeah. But I don't want to live 1,000 years here. Not the way it is. Okay, where was I? Star Visions, thank you. See, it's the insomnias, little munchkins around 3:30. Somebody wrote in a card we got, up around midnight, when you hear that mournful cry, just remember at 3 a.m. you can give it another try. And it's so true. The Star Visions, there was a guy there who had some pictures of some craft, and he said that he has been in contact with the Syrians. And he mentioned Cirrus B. And then he went on to make a speech, and Jesus Christ is a starship commander. He lives on Earth underground in a place called Valley of the Echoes, and that they're coming back and there will be a war, and those who are not in favor of Jesus will be destroyed. And they gave this guy a standing ovation. I'm not kidding. They gave this guy a standing ovation. And it was really sad because these people don't have a clue. They don't want to take responsibility. They can totally thwart this war. We don't have to do anything really about this as long as we started working and learning to live with each other, granting mutual respect, having natural tolerance for our race. And I know it's not easy because of all the conditioning. But folks, I need your help. I desperately need your help. We don't need to create the book of Revelations, and that's exactly what we're doing. And there are beings out there that have technology that are more than happy to help us play this thing out, because we are a threat to them. And the reason we're a threat is not only who you are spiritually, which I will get into, but it's also because of our genetics. Okay? Our physicality was the Terran physicality, which is what we're known as, was melded between human extraterrestrial and the primate race, as this is what I've been taught. And it is that melding of those two races which gave us our incredible extremes of emotion, which is why we can hold so much creative energy inside of us. This is why they're concerned, and this is why the Andromedans are in awe of our creative energy. Because here they have to use technology to create some of their physicality. We don't. They're amazed that when you leave your house, okay? When you leave your house, everything is still there when you come back. It doesn't disintegrate. Now, if you live in South LA, well, then you got to worry about your stuff being there. They're amazed at that, of the intent and the energy that it creates to create every one of those little tchotchkes that you have on your shelf. They're amazed. Because they're very simple. They're very, very simple. They don't have all the little stuff that we have. According to the Andromedans, what they have been able to discover, and apparently other races also have discovered this, is that they say that in what we know is our universe, which is a holograph, that there are 11 layers. I'll just deal with this. 11 densities, and now apparently there is a 12th. This is their perspective, okay?